Welcome. This video is the third video in a series of 4 videos about the wiremdm product. This video will walk you through the data stewardship user interface of the wiremdm. We will cover the wiremdm user interface in two parts. The first part will be general features. The second part will be a walkthrough specific to the data that we loaded in the previous videos. So, general features. The wiremdm front end has multiple tabs. The home tab shows a statistics of all the wires loaded in the most recent batch. As you know, in the previous videos we were working with 3 wire records, and that is what's showing here. Other features are, it shows the number of banks to classify, country codes to assign, the number of banks that got auto-classified, the number of country codes that got auto-classified, and then again banks to classify, including from previous batches, countries to assign from previous batches as well, parties to approve, and pending risk entities. The master data screen can show you an abstract of all the entities that your financial institution transacted with. For example, if you select banks, you can see a list or abstract of all the banks in any country. For example, in say Kazakhstan. Or Latvia. Likewise, a corresponding function is available for parties. Select parties from here and you can see all the parties that transacted with you which are in Latvia, and so on and so forth. The country classifier has an abstract of all the countries that transacted with your bank. Show DQ shows all the countries that were automatically assigned by the data quality process. Bank classifier is mainly for data stewardship. In a batch, if there are banks that the classifier finds below threshold, the bank classifier throws it here for the users to steward. The party classifier shows all the parties that have been previously unified or those that need to be unified which have fallen below the threshold. You can search on the party classifier by classified parties and parties that are yet to be classified. Risk entity is an advanced features to combine parties and profile them as banks. These parties could be individuals, corporations of interest, or non-bank financial institutions which come across without a financial ID or a bank identification code. Now let us track transactions that were loaded in the previous video. This checkbox that says pending extract will pull all transactions that are yet to be sent for analytics. So this allows us to pull all the transactions that were loaded most recently and were not yet extracted. As you can see, our 3 wires created a sum total of 20 banks. Not 20 distinct banks, but 20 banks. As you can see, if you look in the bank ID column, the wiremdm has assigned bank IDs, and these are all unified and can be used for downstream analytics, and compare it to the data that was actually loaded, which had just raw unstructured text. Similarly, if you look at the column country code, the wiremdm has gone through the unstructured text and assigned a country code for every single transaction. Another example on line 2 is the transaction number 11111. Here too you can see that bank IDs and country codes have been assigned for every single role in the wire record. This is an example of transaction number 33333. As you can see, here too, all the bank IDs and all the country codes have been assigned. Now for party IDs. Let us search for those specific party IDs or the party names that were input into the wiremdm with the previous transaction load. There were a total of 6 party IDs, 3 on the ordering side and 3 on the Benny side. So let us look for Flextronics first. Since the system auto-classified all parties, the parties would be created in the show classified pane. So here we have Flextronics, 2 records of Flextronics. This record came from an earlier transaction and this record came from the current transaction which had a tran number of 11111. As you can see, it has unified this record to this record and assigned both of them the same party ID. The second record is Mehtab Trading Corporation. Again, when I press on Show Classify, I see that there is one Mehtab Trading Corporation and one Mehtab Vegetable Fruits LLC, which is, I think these two are different parties and therefore 2 different party IDs have been created. And as you can see that this corresponds with the transaction number that Mehtab Trading Corporation was on, which is number 22222. Sunflower Company. As you can see, there are 2 records and there is one Sunflower CO and the other is Sunflower Company, but the MDM has unified both of them into the same record. So it has taken care of this ambiguity surrounding company. And you can also see that this corresponds to the transaction ID 33333. So the ordering parties have been ingested, a country code has been assigned, and a party ID has been assigned, which unifies that party to any other occurrence of that party in a previous wire. Let's look at Benny parties. Advanced MP Tech. The advanced MP Tech that we are looking for is in Seychelles, which is this record, which was on transaction ID with transaction number 000. As you can see, it is assigned this record its own party ID, which is distinct from advanced MP Tech's instances from other countries. Paramount Export Company. The Paramount Export Company that we are interested in is this record, which is on transaction with transaction number 22222, and as you can see that it is a unified this Paramount export instance with this one, which are both in Port Louis and Mauritius, so it gets the same party ID. Tripoli Auto Sales. As you can see, there is only one instance, and it's on the transaction with number 33333, and it has got its own party ID and country code. A disclaimer: the data on this wire file was classified 100% automatically. On much larger data sets, there is usually the percentage is usually the 2 to 5% range, the statistics of which are published here on the home page just after the data load process. This concludes video 3. Video 4 will cover the output for analytics and downstream monitoring. Thank you.